As one of the stakeholders in this project, I would like to start by giving an overview of what our initiative is all about. GoFunding is a new feature development project under the Gojek's fintech ecosystem. It aims to provide an integrated digital crowdfunding platform within the Gojek application using GoPay as its main payment channel. The rapid growth of digital payment in Indonesia shows how technology continues to shape people's financial behavior. However, when it comes to online donation, there are still major challenges, including a low transparency, complicated process, and a limited accessibility that often reduce public trust. Melihat permasalahan tersebut, Gojek menginisiasi GoFunding sebagai solusi inovatif yang mempermudah pengguna untuk berdonasi secara langsung, cepat, dan aman tanpa meninggalkan aplikasi. This innovation is not only simplifies the donation process, but also strengthens the Gojek's fintech ecosystem and encourage a stronger sense of social contribution through technology. The main purpose of this project is to create a transparent and secure donation platform that aligns with the Gojek's mission, leveraging technology to drive positive social impact while increasing user trust, engagement, and brand credibility. Dalam target yang terukur, proyek ini menargetkan peningkatan Net Promoter Score GoPay sebesar 3 poin sebagai bukti peningkatan kepuasan dan loyalitas pengguna. Selain itu, GoFunding ditargetkan dapat diluncurkan dalam waktu 6 bulan dengan tingkat kegagalan transaksi di bawah 0,5%, dengan mengumpulkan donasi sebesar 750 juta dari 50.000 pengguna aktif, serta bekerja sama dengan 7 lembaga sosial dan lingkungan terverifikasi.
Baik, selanjutnya terkait objektif, launching the GoFunding crowdfunding platform which is fully integrated into the Gojek app ecosystem. Jadi tujuan utama dari proyek GoFunding ini sudah sangatlah jelas dan terukur. Jadi kami bertujuan untuk meluncurkan sebuah platform crowdfunding yang bernama GoFunding yang terintegrasi penuh ke dalam ekosistem aplikasi Gojek itu sendiri. Jadi melalui platform ini, kami ingin memungkinkan para pengguna Gojek untuk dapat berdonasi secara cepat, aman, dan juga transparan dengan memanfaatkan GoPay. Jadi untuk sasaran donasi kali ini adalah untuk berbagai kampanye seperti kemanusiaan, lingkungan, dan juga bantuan bencana ataupun semacamnya yang telah terverifikasi sesuai prosedur yang ditetapkan oleh tim kami. Jadi intinya kita menciptakan sebuah kanal filantropi digital yang terpercaya dan juga mudah langsung dari genggaman para pengguna Gojek. Next, to ensure that this project remains focused and be completed on time, we have carefully defined the scope. Jadi untuk yang pertama, saya akan membahas apa aja yang termasuk in scope. Jadi apa aja lingkup yang akan kami kerjakan. Jadi yang pertama ada development of user interface or UI UX. Jadi kita mengembangkan user interface, fitur donasi yang mudah digunakan di dalam aplikasi Gojek itu sendiri. Yang kedua ada integration of the GoPay payment system as the main transaction method. Jadi integrasi GoPay sebagai metode pembayaran utamanya. Yang ketiga ada ada gamification systems, points or rewards for donors after reaching a certain donation threshold. Jadi kita ada sistem gamifikasi untuk bagi orang-orang yang berdonasi lebih akan mendapatkan reward atau poin tertentu yang sudah kita buat. Dan yang keempat ada campaign search and categorization fitur. Jadi kita membuat fitur pencarian dan kategorisasi untuk memudahkan pengguna menemukan apa yang ingin tujuan mereka untuk berdonasi gitu. Setelah itu yang terakhir saya akan menjelaskan batasan yang jelas mengenai apa aja yang meliputi out of scope. Jadi untuk saat ini sepertinya belum kita akan kerjakan terlebih dahulu. Jadi yang pertama ada fundraising fitur, initiate directly by individual peer-to-peer. Jadi kami nggak akan membuat fitur penggalangan dana yang bisa dibuat langsung oleh satu individual. Jadi seperti itu. Dan yang kedua ada creation of Spirit standalone co-funding application or website outside of the main Gojek application. Jadi kita untuk fitur co-funding ini atau project co-funding ini untuk saat ini kita nggak akan membuat website atau aplikasinya sendiri, jadi tetap dalam lingkup dari aplikasi Gojek. Yang ketiga, ada support for international campaigns or acceptance of donation in currency other than Indonesian rupiah. Jadi untuk dukungan kampanye internasional dan donasi dalam mata uang selain rupiah akan kami hold terlebih dahulu. Setelah itu ada integration of payment methods other than GoPay, such as bank transfer via virtual account, credit cards, or other. Kami belum akan mengintegrasikan metode pembayaran lain selain GoPay karena kita juga perlu menjaga fokus awal kami yang menggunakan GoPay yang tentunya itu kan sudah berkolaborasi dengan Gojek, jadi itu ekosistem Gojek sendiri.
Next, I will explain the main deliverables of the GoFunding project. The first deliverable, the GoFunding platform itself. This is a digital crowdfunding feature integrated directly into Gojek and GoPay apps. Through these features, users can donate quickly, securely, and transparently. The second deliverable is the campaign dashboard and transparency, allowing internal team to manage and monitor donation campaigns, while the public can view transparency and campaign progress in real time. The third deliverable is the security and compliance layer, includes data encryption, an audit trail, and compliance with fintech regulation from the Financial Services Authority or OJK and the Ministry of Communication, Information and Technology or Kominfo to ensure the platform's security and credibility. These three deliverables are the core foundation of the GoFunding system. They not only function technically but also build public trust and ensure legal compliance. Next, we move on to the stakeholders. First is project sponsor, provide strategic direction and ensure the project aligns with organizational goals. Second is core project team, includes a project manager, UI UX designer, front-end and back-end developers, system analyst, and QA engineer. This team is responsible for designing, developing, planning, and testing GoFunding features. Third is GoPay leadership and legal compliance team, act as a strategic decision maker regarding payment integration and ensure regulatory compliance and risk mitigation. Fourth is Kominfo and OJK as regulators, monitor compliance with fintech regulation and fund transparency. Fifth is Gojek and GoPay users as users and donors.
So, for our organizational structure, our team consists of 6 people with different roles to keep everything running smoothly. I'm Dindrata Natanugraha, the project manager, in charge of coordinating the whole project, making sure we stay on track and meet our goals. Next, we have Auran Nadira as our UI UX designer who focused on the look and feel of the app, making it easy and enjoyable to use. And then Gifara Rehan is the back-end developer, handling the system logic and database so everything works properly behind the scenes. And then we have Ahmad Warhan Prasojo, our system analysis, translating project needs into clear technical requirement. And then Hizbullah Hergarito is the front-end developer, who builds the interface that user actually see and interact with. And then finally, Rahan Aymar Nawawi is our QA engineer, making sure everything runs smoothly through testing before release. So overall, this structure helps us communicate clearly and work efficiently as a team through the project.
So next, I will talk about timeline. Our project is divided into 5 main phases: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and closing. During the initiation phase, we focus on defining objectives, scope, and securing approval to start the project. The planning phase involves detailing a roadmap, including budgeting, scheduling, and assigning responsibilities. The execution phase is where the actual implementation takes place, developing, testing, and refining the deliverables. Next is the monitoring phase. We continuously track progress, manage change, and ensure everything aligns with our goals. Finally, In the closing phase, we evaluate the result, document lessons learned, and hand over the final outputs. This structure helps us maintain transparency, manage time effectively, and ensure accountability at every step.
And the next is about budget estimates for our project. Slide 1 is development cost. Our total minimum development cost is 1.65 billion and the maximum is 3.35 billion with an estimated total duration of 7 to 10 months. Focus on 3 until 4 most critical items. There are 4 primary areas where framing and final UI UX design, which is crucial for user experience. Implementing the UI or UX on GoPay apps, API development and business logic, the heart of system and KYC or AML integration which ensure compliance with OJK or PI regulations. For the conclusion, these figures reflects a solid investment in building a stable, secure, and compliant product, ensuring we are ready to launch phase. Slide 2 are operational and support costs and project management marketing costs. Following the initial build, it is important to look at annual operational costs and the management marketing costs. In slide 2 and 3, the annual operational costs range from 240 million to 540 million. The focus here is maintaining the running system like server and cloud infrastructure, compliance costs as such legal consultant, and the operation and content moderation team to keep campaigns clean and verified. The initial project management and marketing cost is between 250 millions and 500 millions. This covers project manager salaries and tools as well as the launch marketing and promotion costs to ensure the project gains strong initial transaction. This 200 million and to 500 million figure is what we carry over our total project calculation, which we look at in next slide. The last slide is total overall project estimate. To conclude, let's look at the total overall project estimate. This calculation combines the total development cost and total management marketing cost. For our total estimate project cost range from 1.9 billion for minimum and 3.85 billion for maximum. The difference between the minimum and maximum reflects potential risk or feature choice that could be upgraded. The minimum figure represents the must-have cost to launch, while the maximum reflects fully optimized project. These budgets provide robust financial framework, and we are prepared to deep dive into any areas we wish to focus on. These are all we can see in budget estimate.
Next, I will talk about risk. First one is financial risk. Budget overruns due to unexpected expenses or change in requirements may happen. Our mitigation will be to maintain a 10% contingency fund and monitor spending through monthly reviews. Second one is resource risk. Limited manpower or equipment availability may cause delays. Our mitigation will be to prepare a backup resource list and prepare a backup team member. Third is schedule risk. Delays in deliverables due to dependency on external approval might happen. Our mitigation strategy is to set buffer time in the schedule and follow up closely with stakeholders. Fourth is technical risk. The system integration issues or technical errors during implementation might happen. Our mitigation is to conduct early testing and provide continuous technical support during the execution phase. And the last one is operational risk. Inefficient coordination or communication breakdown might happen among teams. Our mitigation strategy is to schedule regular meeting and use collaboration tools for consistent updates. And the last part for me is assumption. First assumption is stakeholder commitments. We assume that all stakeholders will remain supportive and actively involved throughout the project. Our mitigation is to maintain engagement through regular updates and feedback session. Second is resource availability. We assume that financial, human, and technical resource will be available as planned. Mitigation is to confirm resource allocation early and secure backup option. Third is schedule stability. We assume that there will be no major external disruption affecting the project timeline. Our mitigation is to monitor external factors and adjust the plan proactively when risks arise.
Lastly, we have approval section, which formalizes the authorization of our project. Here, we both the project manager and project sponsor have provided our e-signature to officially approve and initiate the project starting from November 1st, 2025. This approval marks the project officially start and confirms that all stakeholders are aligned with the objectives, timeline, and responsibilities outlined in this charter.